guys, this is Sandra here and we're on the bed, which means it's another project pen update. And this time, as you can tell from the title, it's the Lost Relax project pen. And quick disclaimer, so this goes up on the 1st of every month. Now I already have something scheduled for the 1st, so I think this might go up on the 2nd or the 3rd, I will see. But today is the 26th of September and I filmed mine on the 2nd of September. So there's not gonna be a whole month of use between the two. But one, I filmed it late because I just seen this project and I wanted to join. But also I can't film my update. If I don't film it today, I can't really film it till like the 3rd or the 4th, so I thought, you know what, even though there's not a whole month of usage between the two, I'm just gonna do it today, otherwise I'm not gonna have time to edit and then I'm not gonna get it up for a really long time. So I'm doing it today, but that means that there's not a whole month of, you know, usage. That sounds such a weird word, but anyway, I couldn't use it for a whole month, is my point. That takes me ages to get out. So this project was started by Monica here on YouTube and her friend Liz, who's doing it over on Instagram. Just like in the previous month, I'm gonna put it both in the info box below. If there is a curated playlist, I'm not sure there is, but if there is one, I'm gonna put it in the info box below as well. And without further blabbering, let me get into the updates. Also, let me quickly explain this in case you haven't seen the intro, which I'm gonna put up in the card so you can click on it if you want to watch it. But basically, as the title suggests, you know, we all have those slightly more expensive, well, not even slightly, quite a bit more expensive products in our stashes that was just so expensive that we might not want to use and we're just a bit afraid because we paid a lot of money. But at the end of the day, if you already paid that much money for a product, you might as well use it, and that's the whole point of this project pen. And this will run for half a year, so we're gonna finish it on the 1st of March. So we have 6 months to work through the products. As far as I know, it's not a rolling project pen, and that's not, I don't think that's how I'm gonna do it anyway. But as far as I know, it's not a rolling project pen. And we're just gonna work on 6 items that are more on the pricier end of the products, you know, and that's it. So the first product I'm going to talk about is the Charlotte Tilbury Goddess Skin Clay Mask, and I used it twice. Now I said in my intro as well that I'm not sure how I feel about this product. I think this might be great if you're looking for something that's a bit more anti-aging, because after every time I use it, I can feel my skin being a bit tighter, and at 27, or I'm not even 27 yet, it's not exactly something I'm looking for just yet. I'm looking more for hydration and that lovely hydrated feel, and this doesn't exactly give that to my skin. But I paid a lot of money for it, so I'm not getting rid of it. And at the end of the day, I still think this hydrates my skin, because with all anti-aging products, they hydrate and tighten at the same time. So this still does good things to my skin, and you know, it can tighten your pores as well, which is great. No one wants huge pores, but I'm just, yeah, I'm not sure how I feel about it. Like, I have to make sure every single time that I hydrate my skin really well after I use this. And so far I used this twice. I said it in my intro as well that I will try to use it every week or every second week. So I sort of used mine once, and then after that like a week and a half, 2 weeks, so I am keeping myself to that. As you can see, I did use it quite a bit, but obviously 2 uses are only getting it that far. So I'm slowly working my way through this. Now will I be able to use it up by the end of this project? At this point it's hard to tell. If I keep using it, possibly, but I might just about not be able to, based on how much progress I did so far. But again, at the end of the day, I only filmed my previous one about 3 weeks ago, so it's not that long of a time. So I think, knowing I only had 3 weeks, it's not bad progress, but we'll see how we keep on going with this. Fingers crossed. And I'm still slightly on the fence about this, but let's just wait till the next update and I will report back. The next item from the magical Charlotte Tilbury bag I used last time as well is, what should we go with next? I think I will try to keep the same order, although you know what, I'm not too sure what order I went in. So the next one is this Ciate nail polish in the shade Electronica, and I've only used it once since the last update. I think I used it once or twice. I'm pretty sure I only used it once, and I used 2 to 3 top coats each time from this, and I marked it on the side of the bottle, but that disappeared. So I will still take pictures so you can see based on that. But again, it's only been one use, and this time I marked it on the label, and let's hope it works better. But at the time I'm filming this, I'm just at the bottom of the word Ciate. So in case my marking goes again, at least we know that it's been by the word Ciate, so that helps to track it. And I hope I can finish this. Well, actually, no, scratch that. I know I can finish this by the end of this project. There's not that much in there, and since I filmed this, I actually rolled in 3 more nail polishes. 2 there are actual colors, and then 1 that's a top coat. Again, with my fingers, I'm sorry, I always forget that in England that's a bad word, and you're not supposed to do that. So 2, just excuse me, Again, I'm not swearing at you. But since then I have more nail polishes, but I still think because I have half a year for this and the other project is only rolling for 3 months, so it shouldn't be an issue. And again, I need at least 2 coats of this each time, if not more, so I don't think this should be a problem. And hopefully by next time, because I will have a bit of a longer period to work on this, I will have more progress. The next item counts as 2 because it has the bronzer and the highlighter in there, which is the Charlotte Tilbury Film Star Bronze and Glow palette. And we all know Charlotte Tilbury is fancy, although I really like her products, and I have quite a few. So I'm guilty as charged, but she has amazing products. And this is what I'm wearing as well today on my cheeks, although the highlighter I have something else as well, but this is the bronzer I'm wearing. And I still love the bronzer, and actually now that I'm using it, I'm growing to love the highlighter as well. Now you will see it on the close-up pictures as well. Compared to last time, I have quite good progress on these. So the bronzer definitely got bigger. I think if you take a close look, that's when you can only see it, but I've used this quite a lot. Now with the highlighter, it's hard to see in these lights, but there is definitely a bit of a dip going on in there now in the middle. Let me see if I can position this better. There's definitely a bit of a dip going on in there, although I think it's hard to see. But you know, it's only been a month, although I've been using that highlight about every single time I do my makeup. And usually I mix it with something else, just because I like a good glow. But I have to say though, once you build it up, it's quite a bit more glowy than I originally thought it might be. So I'm grateful for that. And yeah, I'm really growing to like this and falling back in love with this, which is all this project is supposed to be about. You know, using all these pricey products that you rekindle your love for because you forgot it, or you just put it on the side because it was too pricey and you don't want to run out of it. But I'm quite happy that I got this out again and I'm getting some use out of it, and yeah, I'm falling back in love with it. So thank you, Monica, for starting this project, because now I'm loving this again. I have 2 more products left, and one of them is the Tom Ford lipstick that I have on my lips at the moment as well. I think I was wearing it in my last video as well, but in that one it was a lot more sheared out, whereas now you can really see it all built up. It's quite a dark colour, which is perfect for the autumn time, but still, I don't wear it all the time. It's in the shade Black Dahlia, and as you can see, it's a really lovely dark colour. If my camera decides to focus, there we go. It's a lovely colour, and I got surprisingly, well, I say a lot of use out of it. I think for it being 3 weeks, I got quite a decent use out of it, knowing how rubbish I am at using any kind of lip products. So I'm quite happy with that. You will see it on the markings. It's not a huge amount, but it's quite a bit amount, and I said that my goal on this is to use half of it. So you will see it on my markings that I sort of marked where I want to get. Will I be able to get fully there? I don't know. I'm hoping so. I really love this. Now I will say, once you build it up, it's a bit more on the on the dry side, but again, it's a matte color, and with something this dark I don't necessarily want it to be glowy, just because that will mean that it can move around on my lips quite a bit more, and I don't really want this to end up all over, you know, my face. So it's okay if I want to make it a bit more glossy. I can apply either a little bit of a clear lip gloss on top, or I can apply a balm. So I'm okay with that, and it's such a beautiful color, and you know, with a simple look like I have on today, just loads of highlighter, a bit of bronzer, a little bit of eye makeup, and this, I'm feeling like full. Just in a person, like that. Which sounds stupid, but hopefully you know what I mean. I love this, and I will continue cherishing it, and also every time I use it I just feel luxurious and I feel a bit fancy, because let's be honest, it's Tom Ford, it's lovely and feels really heavy in the hands, and I'm really happy I rolled this in. Really happy. The last item I have here is the Bobbi Brown, what is this called again? Longwear Cream Shadow Stick. Basically a cream eyeshadow in a stick form, and this is the shade Heather Steel, and it's just a brown shadow stick. Now the way I use this is either all over my lid as a base, but sometimes I feel like it's a bit too dark for the eye look, so I do on an everyday basis. So another way I used it, and that's why you will see on my progress picture as well, and marking that in the beginning it was a bit more domed, whereas now it's a bit more flat, is that I take an angled eyeshadow brush, or not even an eyeshadow brush, but more like a liner brush or an eyebrow brush, and I use it just to do a little bit of a liner on my lash line. Now this is not what I have there today, but I find that it's a great way to use it because sometimes it's a bit too dark to use as a full-on eyeshadow base, but to do my liner it's perfect, and once it sets it doesn't really move, so I have my liner there the whole day, and although it means it's a slower progress, I still get use out of it, and I rekindle my love for this because I had this for a long time. And I have to say, Bobbi Brown is a brand that before I went cruelty-free I used to be obsessed with, to the point where I think I have 2 blushes, I have this one, I have quite a few lip colors, and my all-time favorite product used to be the BBU palette, which is basically this huge palette that has all the stick foundation shades and the color correctors and the concealers all in one palette. Actually, let me get that for you. Now, I'm not using it anymore because mine is super expired. That was one of my first huge purchases I ever made for my makeup kit, and I just can't get myself to get rid of it. It's such a nostalgic palette, so even though it has nothing to do with this video, I'm gonna grab it for you now so you know what I'm talking about. So it's this baby, and as you can see, mine is, well, I'm not actually, no, you can't see, but mine is broken. And once you open it, it has all the foundations on one side, and as you can see, it's used and abused, so I used to love this. And then on the other side, again, all the correctors and concealers, and it's just such a wonderful palette. Now I think they're coming out with a new one of this, and they're slightly reformulating this. And now I'm not really doing any more freelance makeup at the moment, just because I don't really have the time, and I do work in makeup now, whereas when I got this I wasn't yet. I was just mainly freelancing, and this was a wonderful palette. But if Bobbi Brown would be cruelty free, even if I wouldn't be freelancing anymore, I might still pick it up if I had the budget, just because even if you're someone who's doing a lot of different makeup looks at home, I still think I can be beneficial to have something like this. And I even did like a creative look, I'm going to throw it up on the screen here now, using this, and I think that was one of the looks that, I don't know what happened, it blew up, and I got about 900 likes on it on my makeup Instagram, which I don't even have like 200 followers, or maybe just over 200, I don't know. But to me that was mental, because I have a lot more people who follow my personal Instagram. They're both linked below, by the way. And it just blew up, and it blew my mind. I never had anything like that since happening. I really like that look though. But point is, I love Bobbi Brown, and this was a bit of a tangent, but don't mind me. So I do love Bobbi Brown, and with this stick you will see I made a bit of a progress, and I'm trying to find ways to incorporate it in my makeup even when I'm not using it as a full-on cream eyeshadow. And once it sets, it's beautiful. and I do love Bobbi Brown. I'm really sad I can't purchase it anymore, and I'm hoping that maybe one day they will go cruelty free, but again, the chances of that quite slim at this point. As still order, you need to get your together to make more of your brands cruelty free. But for now, I think that's it. Excuse my Bobbi Brown tangent, but I just wanted to show you that palette because I do love the brand. Even though they're not cruelty free, I'm still treasuring all of it, and this might just stay with me forever. You know, it would be quite cool if one day I could have like a beauty room and have like a cupboard just for makeup that's expired but is special to me. That would be nice, right? Or am I crazy? I don't know. But for now, I'm gonna go. Please let me know what you think of my progress. Even though it was only 3 weeks, I thought it makes more sense to film it now rather than being late. And yeah, that's it. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, and if you would consider subscribing to my channel, that would mean the world to me. But for now, I'm gonna go and have a lovely day. Bye bye.